and we're back with Gary Alfonso joining us with the Markets Unusual. And today we look at insights on the sweet potato market. Gary, always a pleasure. Hello.
Well, Ipomoea batatas lam. That's the name, the official scientific name of the sweet potato. And we all know sweet potato as this like sort of purplish, reddish kind of fruit. And worldwide, this is the way people buy sweet potato. And when you go into supermarkets, sometimes you buy it as you were saying earlier when we discussed it, like chips or, as discs, etc. But what the interesting thing, and we're going to get to it, is there's a South African cultivar, which is the talk of the World Health Organization currently, but we're going to get back to it shortly. But let's first look at, the production places and export markets of sweet potatoes to try and understand how does it fit into this world of starch production and exports, etc. So when you look at the global and international market, first of all, the difference between producers and exporters is quite marked. In fact, that China has forever been producing the most sweet potatoes in the world, but it produces most of it for its domestic market. So people in China have been eating sweet potatoes secretly because they're so healthy for many, many centuries. And they produce most of their sweet potatoes for local domestic consumption or for some exports to Asia, India also. But here's an interesting story. Malawi, up to 10 years ago, was not in the top 30 sweet potato producers in the world. Today, Malawi is the second biggest sweet potato producer in the world. One of our neighbors here in SADC is actually producing up to about 80 million tons of sweet potatoes per year. And you don't see South Africa on this map, but you see other African countries like Tanzania, Nigeria, Angola. And the issue with sweet potatoes is it's slowly starting to grow because of its nutritious value. It's slowly starting to grow globally as an agricultural commodity in production and also in consumption because of its perceived healthier options. It's the healthy kind of starch in a sweet potato. It doesn't convert all into sugar, and it works through your system, and it's really good for gut health, etc. So now let's come back to the kinds of cultivars, and we mentioned the orange sweet potato, or when you look at this is the reddish purplish. And then you have a very white yellowish one produced primarily in South America, but also in Egypt, etc. And these are exported very effectively into the rest of Europe and North America, which also produces sweet potato. But the orange cultivar that we see in our supermarkets in South Africa, that orange cultivar has now been acknowledged by the World Health Organization as having some of the highest nutritional value in the world. And schools and educational departments throughout Africa are starting to look at the orange sweet potato produced right here in South Africa in places like Mpumalanga and Northwest Province. That orange sweet potato is one of the most nutritious starches or agricultural produces in the world, and it's a South African product, and it's making waves everywhere. And the sweet potato is one of South Africa's proud products, and not exported enough yet because it's a difficult crop to grow and to export, and it requires certain kinds of climate. But sweet potato is a sweet story in South Africa.
Love that, Gary. Always a pleasure having you here on Markets Unusual. Thank you for your time. That's Gary Alfonso with Markets Unusual.